You are the most famous Catholic in America.
Sure.
Are you worried?
I'll tell Timothy Dolan you said so.
Are you worried about being surpassed when Pope Francis lands on U.S. soil?
Listen, I don't know if it's possible to mark my territory in any dignified way, but I'll just say but I'll be the most famous Catholic in comedy. I'll keep it at that. He can have everything else.
There you go. What do you actually expect from Pope Francis? He'll be here shortly.
Giant crowds. That's what I expect. Giant crowds. I hope he crowd surfs. With crook and miter.
We should go. We'll help
exactly.
him.
That would be fantastic.
He's going to address a joint session of Congress. What do you
Netanyahu,
how do I ask
Francis.
this question? What do you think the message that Congress needs the most to hear from him?
The corrupting influence of money in politics, because it reinforces not looking out for the poorest or the least of my brothers. I think that's the one they need to hear the most, because until you can control the money, you won't control the message of Congress. And so you won't get action from Congress that looks out for average people. One thing I learned from working on, I had a super PAC for a couple of years, a political
Whatever
action
happened
committee.
to all that money?
Well, good luck finding out. We've invited journalists to try to figure out if they can find a paper trail for what happened to that money.
Investigative report.
Please, you'd be the first journalist who tried to find out what happened to my money.
We sort of have a long history in the church, especially at the Vatican, with financial wheelings and dealings.
It's all in the Vatican Bank. It's safe, I'm sure.
Sticking with religion and politics,
All
how
right.
do you balance being a person of faith and also being an informed citizen, someone who's active in the political sphere? Someone
That's
who can...
interesting. I don't think there's a need to balance that. I think that in A Man for All Seasons,
Great movie.
Thomas More says that those who abandon their personal faith for their public duties lead their country on a short road to chaos. Because what do we have to inform our public policies other than our own conscience? Church and state have to be separated, but faith and politics don't have to be separated. But I do think that faith doesn't necessarily have to be taken out of politics, but politics has to be taken out of faith. The greater danger is that, say, a political party associates themselves, or a religion associates themselves with a political party. It's perceived of in the United States that the right is the more Christian party.
Right.
But in any given election, if the right doesn't do well, did Christ not do well? You've poured that infection of competition into the eternal world of the gospel. And it's not that faith is going to destroy politics. Politics could destroy your faith.
Yeah, great point. Much more important question. What's your favorite knock-knock joke?
Great. Say Sunday knock knock.
Knock knock.
Who's there? That's my favorite knock knock joke. Which means I'm a jerk.
There you go. One more question. Do you remember the time that you made somebody laugh the hardest?
No, I'm sorry, I don't. The times that I've made people laugh the hardest, that mean the most to me, I don't know maybe the hardest I've made people laugh, that have meant the most to me, is to make my wife or my kids, or a member of my family laugh, especially if they're not feeling great. My family at times will go, "Not now, Dad, not now," and I'll go, "Don't worry, I promise I'm not trying to make you feel any better. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to lighten this moment at all. Dad, no." I used to love to make my mom laugh when I was a kid. So it's making her laugh was some of my greatest scores ever when I was a boy.
Thank you very much, Stephen, and best of luck with the new show.
Oh, thanks very much.